Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman. Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching
Silliman.
Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Merry Christmas, Ron.
Merry Christmas, Josh. It's
Ramdam
good to
mo
see
na
you
ba
here.
ang simoy ng hangin?
Yes,
Oo.
it's so cold. No, December is so cold, but more than that, we can all now see the different
Christmas decorations,
Yes,
no? Christmas
everywhere.
lanterns.
Christmas lights
Yes,
and
and of
whatnot.
course, the most anticipated, the Christmas bonus.
I cannot feel it yet.
But let's just wait, no? Let's
Yes.
just wait. That blessing shall come very soon, no? Do you have plans na ba for your Christmas bonus? Sa akin, ubos na eh. Hindi, I haven't received it yet, but ubos na.
But anyway, bills to pay and whatnot.
Yes. But of course, this is our time to celebrate the Advent season, and it will be incomplete without festivities,
Yeah.
songs, music, and of course, our performers. And here in Silliman University, it's more than alive, but it's also alert, awake, and enthusiastic. So we're talking about our friends offering this annual tradition called the Christmas Cantata. And of course, we've also invited one of the Silliman University church pastors to discuss the different church activities for this Advent season. So Ron, please introduce them.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Josh. Our first guest for tonight is the Minister for Christian Education and Nurture, Reverend Iris Tibus. Hello, Pastor. Good evening and welcome to #Silliman.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation and good evening and also Merry Christmas in
Yes,
advance.
Merry Christmas, Pastor.
Yes.
Yung gift ko baka naman. Ano yun? May pasabi na.
Di pa nga tayo, tapos di pa
Advance.
tayo nagsisimula
Oo.
agad-agad.
Itong next na guest, I'm sure malaki yung
Meron.
gift ko dito.
And our second guest for tonight is the Dean of the College of Performing and Visual Arts, or SUKE, here in #Silliman, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Elizabeth Susan Vista-Suarez. Hello, Ma'am Sue, and welcome to #Silliman.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
and belated happy birthday.
Yeah.
Ayan. Ang
That
haba ng
was
birthday
so long.
celebration.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Ganun talaga pag celebrities,
Yeah.
no? Long,
Ay, wow.
long
Worth
time to
celebrating yung
celebrate.
birthday
Yes.
talaga, no?
So, Merry Christmas to both of you, Pastor Iris and Ma'am Sue, and welcome back to the show. Let's talk about now this Christmas tradition that we call the Christmas Cantata. No? Of course, I think everyone is so curious what is Christmas Cantata all about and how it became, a part of our university life here in Silliman. So, perhaps Ma'am Sue would like to begin.
A cantata is a piece of music sung for special occasions. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. There's also a cantata for Holy Week. There's Easter cantata. There's all kinds of cantatas. At Silliman, I think we began it later in the life of Silliman to keep within the growing of the new kind of celebrations. Because I remember that in the past, we would always do like oratorios.
Yes.
But as the world turned, the children, the worshipers, became younger, and the cantata is more contemporary in nature. And so we try at Silliman Church to have a cantata at least once a year. Last year, we had it during the Holy Week.
Yeah, the Esther, yeah.
We had the Good Friday.
Good Friday, yeah.
Yeah, there's for Good Friday. There's also for Easter.
It depends.
Last year, we had it on Good Friday. And so I figured this year, let's just do a Christmas cantata. And so that's why we're doing a Christmas cantata.
Now, Ma'am Sue, what can we look forward in this year's cantata?
Well, we're doing the cantata that we're doing is the story of Zechariah, who is a minor prophet. And he's telling his story because he's also the father of John the Baptist, the forerunner of Jesus Christ. And he was told by Gabriel, the angel, that you're going to have a child.
Yes.
But tigulang naman sila ni Elizabeth. They were old, so he didn't believe. He didn't believe that they could have a child. What are you saying? What? I'm so old. Anyway, the angel said, until you believe, you will be muted. You cannot say anything until you are able to proclaim that this is God's will. And so when Elizabeth gave birth, she said that the name of the child would be John. And he wrote it down, and immediately he was able to speak.
Wow. So that's the theme for this year.
Yes.
Now, just a quick question to Pastor Iris. Why do we have to, involve these kinds of way of celebrating Christmas and the Advent season, like through cantata? Unlike the regular, I would say, worship services. What's the significance of this?
Yeah. Like just to add on what Mom Elizabeth emphasized, because we love to sing, Filipinos. I think that's and it's easy for us to get the message when we sing.
Right.
It easily penetrates into our hearts. So like doing cantata, basically to sing, but somehow this is a unique one because there's a storyline. So there's really a movement. This is not just simply by singing any songs, but there's really a story like what Mom Elizabeth mentioned, when they focused at this time the story of Zechariah, because of his unbelief, and when he saw the baby, so John the Baptist, so that's the time he opened his eyes that indeed, God made a miracle and God fulfilled his promise to the people of Israel long time ago. So now, cantata is very significant, if I may say, for us, especially Filipinos, because we love music. We love to sing, and it's easy for us to get the message, especially the message about Christmas.
That's very true.
Even prophets also doubt God's will, no?
Yes.
Even Zechariah, just like us people sometimes.
Human manggod ang prophet.
Yeah.
And actually, Zechariah was a priest.
Zechariah
He was
was-
really a priest. So it was the angel who really said to him that you should call him John. The baby should be called John.
Yeah. Thank you for that,
That's
Pastor
nice.
Iris. No, I cannot help but notice that cantata means mangantata.
Yeah.
Cantata.
Cantata.
But anyway, let's give the spotlight.
Yeah. Ako with slanger ka, my cantata.
Okay. Because you came from the USA.
Came from Cebu.
Connecticut. Well, anyway, let's give the spotlight to the key organizing
Right.
committee. Or
And of course, the
organizers.
performers.
Yes, who will be this year's organizers and performers, Ma'am Sue?
Actually, the Silliman Church has a music and worship committee. And it is composed of like the 4 pastors and the choir conductors of the different services. So there are 4 services, right, Pas?
Yeah,
Or
5.
Ah, there are
5,
5.
including the Jayton.
Yeah, I am in the committee because I conduct the choir, the Covenant Choir, for the 9:30 service. That's the biggest choir and the biggest service. Because the students who are enrolled, we teach them through singing and being part of the choir what Silliman stands for, which is competence, character, and faith. And that takes that component of it is where we nurture the students. So they have to go we practice, then we sing every Sunday at that 9:30 service. And every time we do a cantata, they learn more about what's in the Bible without having to really sit down and Bible study, read it.
Yes.
So it kind of gets inculcated in their being as we go through the rehearsals. And this year, I told Pastor Pia, I said, I think I'll do a cantata Christmas this year. And so that's why. This is what it is.
So it's basically composed of students.
Yes.
From, is that particularly from Kopba, Ma'am Sue?
Yes. There are the first years and second years are from Kopva, but many community people come and sing. Like some of the alumni
Wow.
in the other choirs, they sing with us. So that, like there's like 50 of us in the choir.
So it's a collaborative effort from the in the Silliman community.
Yeah.
namin. Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of the expectation, Pastor Iris, to the Christmas cantata this year, what can audience expect? Is it going to be, I don't know, something different to the cantatas that they have witnessed before? Is this interactive?
Yeah, although we have not seen yet, no, but every cantata has a unique message, no, and every I would say performers. But remember, cantata is really an act of worship.
Yeah.
So it's a different one when we just perhaps see in a different performances. Because cantata is actually leading people to worship God.
Yeah.
No, because everybody is performer. And God is the main audience of this cantata celebration. So while the choir leading us, no, that's our prayer that the congregation also will sing with them, no, while the choir is leading, although it could be in a silent singing, no, while we sing it from our heart. No? So it's the expectation is we always get a new message because it has a different way of telling the story, no, without really compromising the truth, but the presentation would be in a different way. And of course, we have the actors and the actresses, so it depends with the movements. So I always believe there's always a new thing that we can get from that cantata celebration.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Go ahead, ma'am.
This year, there will be no acting.
Yeah. Singing
No, okay. This year, we're just going to do, because we've been so busy. So we're doing the interactive. There will be a video that will go along with the narration and the singing. And then before, there would be like 2 narrators and then angels running around and the usual Christmas thing. But this year not. It's just because it's also early.
Yes.
We're doing the cantata early because classes are ending on the 14th. And the choir members are going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
So it's a bit early. We are still in the Advent season. So dili pa ta Christmas, but we have to do this na.
Yeah.
Or else wala na.
All right, Ron, we're just going to pause for a short break, but when we come back, let's talk about perhaps the message for the Advent season.
Following Zacharias and Elizabeth's
And of course, we would also love to listen to some reflections because I think 2024 was such a ride for everybody, right? Friends, all of that and more when #Silliman returns. Please stay with us.
Silliman University, a place where every corner tells a story of dedication, growth, and excellence. But beyond our classrooms, our school has fostered a revolution against waste. Our story is a passionate call for environmental responsibility, directly tackling waste challenges often faced by big institutions. And this all began with a move in the right direction, the bold step to reinforce policies and firmly ban plastics in campus. This is the Silliman University Waste Management Success Story.
Here at Silliman University, we take a role as stewards of God's creation seriously. Thus, it was imperative for us to develop environment principles, policies, and guidelines.
Silliman University has published, after approval of the Board of Trustees, its guidelines, principles, and policies on environmental sustainability. And zero waste plastic or a plastic ban is part of that.
Taking care of the environment is not an easy task. It requires passion, commitment, resilience, and initiative. Change does not happen overnight, so we can only do so much. In Silliman University, students are expected to go beyond what's expected. And so, for every event that they organize, they are required to submit protocols and zero waste management plan before their events are given approval.
At Silliman University, our education transcends textbooks.
At Silliman, this isn't just a bag, it's a stance against disposable culture.
We're taught to be stewards of the earth. Every reusable bottle, every cloth bag, and every sustainable choice we make stems from a profound lesson that our actions, however small, shape our future.
So Silliman University as an educational institution is in a very unique position to be able to teach the students from early childhood all the way up to college these environmental principles to help them rethink their lifestyles and their consumption patterns to choose products that are kinder to the environment.
Silliman University operates a materials recovery facility wherein the Buildings and Grounds Department segregates the waste materials into 3 categories: recyclables, biodegradables, and residuals. The recyclable materials are processed and retained in the facility. Meanwhile, the residuals are collected by the Environmental and Natural Resources Office of Dumaguete and are deposited to the Bayawan City landfill.
Silliman University is living proof that our commitment is not only to education, but also to protecting our planet and to our community. These principles, policies, and guidelines that our university has outlined, they're not only a set of rules and policies, they are a promise to our youth and to our planet. A promise that we should take care of our natural resources, our flora and our fauna here in our university as well. With this, we are encouraging the youth to take action and inflict positive change with regards to the different environmental pressing issues in our society today.
Our school is not only committing to a greener tomorrow, but also building a culture where environment is a priority. Through simple and collective actions, we strive for a greener, cleaner future for all, and most importantly, a hopeful today.
These are Silliman's ways of not only protecting our world, but also making it a better place. Here's to a responsible environmental behavior.
All right, welcome back to #Silliman, and we are still with our friends from the Christmas Cantata organizers group. No, Cantata. All right, I cannot detach myself from the accent.
Yes.
All right, now before we proceed, we have prepared a mini game for you, and this is called Guess the Christmas Song.
Baso kabalutada.
So we're just going because it's about songs, right?
Yeah.
Christmas
Okay.
songs, but some of these are Christmas pop songs. Some of theirs are local, but I'm sure you will be able to guess this. So we're just going to read the lyrics.
Just read it.
We will not sing.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Sing mo.
we cannot. We cannot. But and then you just have to guess that.
Okay.
Okay. So Ron will read song number 1.
Sige, the first song goes, Sayang Sinta ang Sinumpaan.
Pasko na sinta ko.
Just the first line.
Ang humble naman nila. Sabi nila hindi nila kaya, but grabe. Okay. Song number 2. Once beaten and twice shy. I kept my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me.
Di ko kabalo, ano?
Happy Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying, I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kiss me now, I know you'd fool me again.
Di ko kabalo, ano?
What's the title of the song, Josh?
Once beaten and
Yes.
Wala
The
gid ko
title.
kabalo.
Ang title is Last
Christmas
Christmas.
by...
Oh, last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Ay,
Yes.
unsa ko na imuhang kuan?
I think this is
That's
the
all
song.
sa to.
Yeah.
That's the chorus. Last Christmas, I
Yes.
gave you my heart. But the very
Once
next...
beaten and twice shy.
Yes.
You're singing for this.
Ikaw ka ka.
Cut. Okay. Okay, Ron, song number 3.
Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared.
Oh, holy
and
night.
so-
Ah.
Pasimple lang si Ma'am. So, oh, holy night.
Yes.
Kailangan basahin.
Oh, yeah.
Next song. People making lists, buying special gifts, taking time to be kind to one
Why don't you
and
give
all.
love on
Give love on
Christmas
Christmas
Day?
Day.
Alright, give
Yeah.
love on Christmas Day.
This is very difficult.
Okay.
Sige.
I wanna wish you a
we
Merry
wish you a Merry
Christmas.
Hindi, hindi.
I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hindi,
Yeah.
hindi yan.
wish you
That's
a
not,
Merry-
that's not the
Dili
song.
na.
What's the song?
Read pa.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
From the bottom of my heart.
I wanna
Yes.
wish you a Merry
that's it.
Christmas. I wanna
Feliz
wish you
Navidad.
a
Yes,
yeah,
Feliz Navidad. Yes.
Good job.
Alright, we are now down to our second to the last song. Okay.
Grabe kay sila.
Oh, the weather outside
Oh,
is
the weather
frightful,
outside is
but the fire is so delightful.
fire is masay tayo.
And since we've no place to go,
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
alright!
But we don't have snow here in the Philippines. Let it
Yeah.
rain, let it rain,
Rain,
let it rain.
Okay, we're down to our last song, Ron.
This one is close to our hearts. Bagong tuig, bagong kinabuhi. Duyo ganda sa atong gibati. Atong awito, o
Kasadya,
atong
inatang.
laylayan.
Kasadya.
Kasadya.
Alright.
Good.
Di ba
Almost
taknaa?
perfect.
Taknaa.
Kasadya ning takna.
Taknaa. Takna. Kani ba kuban kasadya ning taknaan?
Walang N.
No,
Walang
but
N.
No N.
I know, but the kids ba when they serenade
usual,
you,
oh.
Carol name.
di ba? Ano
It's like the Silliman song, di ba? Where the white sands and corals, di ba? Sometimes. But
And
walang
the
S.
coral.
Oo.
Coral.
Alright, anyway, now before we go to your reflections and messages for this season of Advent, and of course for Christmas, let's go first to the church activities. Probably there are major church activities that you wish to promote and ask our community to participate, Pastor.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. Every Sunday, of course, we are now observing the Advent season. No? So this coming Sunday, aside from celebrating the cantata, we are now in the Advent of peace. No? So that's the one thing that we have to reflect on. And on the third Sunday, we are focusing on the Advent of joy. And then the last Sunday, the love. No? And then on Christmas Day, of course, we will be focusing on Christ. Now, aside from this, every Sunday worship service, we have this Puto sa Kalipay. No? And this is really also the highlight of the Silliman University Church. Every December, we share our gifts, no, especially to the children, no, in our outreaches program. So we want them to also receive the bundle of joy during this Christmas. That there's always a hope, no. There's always a reason to celebrate, despite the difficulties of life. No, people can still share and be able.
So how
also,
can the Silliman community participate sa Puto sa Kalipay?
yeah, aside from like people are really giving, no, and also we can invite students to also pack. Now, some organizations already committed, like perhaps the Sandigan already like wanted to sponsor some areas. Now, with the same item, so that everybody will really receive equally, with an equal item. So, yeah, that's how we can ask the students to be part, like even the packing, for them to feel there's also someone who is really in need, that they can also extend a joy, a bundle of joy by simply just packing the gift.
Right. Thank you very much, Pastor. And of course, visit their Facebook
Yeah,
page.
and by the way, we are targeting like 400 kids.
400
for
kids. This is
band,
in the
400
city
to
of
500.
Dumaguete.
Yeah, but we are also looking at some
Metro.
in the desperate area.
All right.
Okay.
So
Thank
again,
you.
visit their Facebook page, that's Silliman University Church, for more updates on their activities. And of course, visit the office if you want to drop your puto sa kalipay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Pastor, and thank you, Josh. Now, I'd like to ask Ma'am Sue here, what does Christmas mean to you and how do you celebrate it?
Christmas actually means love
Yeah.
and family and coming together in worship. But most of all, Christmas to me, ever since, has been work. Because there has really
Sunday.
never been rest. I've always done what I've been doing, training the people who will sing, who will prepare them to send out the message of Christ so that people hear about His love and goodness and hope. And that's what Christmas is to me.
So that's how you also celebrate your Christmas, Ma'am Sue. So aside from working, despite of it being a work, I think you find joy
Yes,
in what
it's
you
very
do.
meaningful. Actually, when you teach the students and they say, oh, ano di ay to?
Yeah.
So, and then you say, yeah. And, you know, and somehow something happens in them when you sing. Because it kind of gets embedded in them because you keep repeating and repeating and repeating. And Christmas really is, it's a bit kapoy.
Yes.
Because we're always really pushing for, like when the kids go home, so nobody will sing na in the church. So we have to get people from the community. So that's also a challenge for us. But God always provides.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Christmas. Every time, He will provide and the worship service will happen.
Thank you for
The
that.
magic of Christmas. How about you, Pastor Iris? What does Christmas season mean to you?
For me, it's always like a message of hope. You know, Christmas is really a celebrating God's hope. Like looking around us, what's going on around the world. You can always say it's really a hopeless thing. Like so many conflict wars, and even here in our country, we have political issues.
Right.
Really, we are struggling. But every time we have this Christmas, we are always reminded that there's God who would always save us.
Yeah.
There's God who would always provide a light in this in this dark world. So that's we can always cling on to Him. So, yeah, I remain hopeful. It's really a message for us to remain hopeful so that we can also continue living this life joyfully, fruitfully, and purposely, because we know that God really saves, that God is there for us and with us. So that's Christmas for me.
Amen. Thank you very much for that, Pastor Iris. Now, following the story of Zachariah and Elizabeth, what do you think is the message of the Silliman community to the world?
For me,
Yes.
the cantata struck me as a cantata that sends the message of obedience.
Obedience.
Zechariah did not obey.
Doubted.
He doubted. He said no. And yet, why should you doubt? Ikaw untay kabalo. Kay you work in the church pa.
That's true.
And your heart should be connected na
Sige, no.
sa Ginoo, yes, to God. And still, and that's what we are. That's who we are as people. We're human. We cannot always hear. We cannot discern His touch over us.
Yes.
And the message I think that is good to send out is mag-obey ra gud ta and listen.
Yeah.
And God will really touch you so that you are able to not only accept Him, but to send out His message of love. And that's it.
Thank you for that, Ma'am Sue. Pastor Iris, do you have anything to say
I
about
think, like Zechariah, we always find justification or excuses. And perhaps for Zechariah, he find it reasonable because he's an
Gulang
old
na
man.
good.
Yeah. But
How
and
old
that,
was?
although it was not
90,
mentioned,
80?
but
Oh.
he's really an old now.
Yeah.
Gulang na yun.
Yeah,
Elizabeth,
Lord,
100 kapin, di ba?
That's our tendency. No, we
Yes.
always find excuses, justification, doubt. No, instead of just simply believing, no, able to listen to the voice of God, and like what Mom Sue said, just obey. No, so this Zechariah's story is really addressing our unbelief,
Yes.
no, and leading us simply to believe the goodness of God.
Yeah.
That's really something that we should deeply, deeply and personally reflect in this season. No? Trust and obey.
Yeah.
All right. So we are running out of time, Ma'am Sue and Pastor Iris, but I'd like to ask you one more question. As a community now, how should we carry that spirit of Christmas? Individually, as a department, as a class, as a Silliman community. How do we carry the spirit of Christmas?
Yeah, I think for me, no, personally, and that's also
And
my,
even beyond the holidays.
Yeah.
we never stop doing good.
Yeah.
Because if we keep on doing good, we always telling to the people that there's really a good God, a God who loves us all. Because if we get tired of doing good as if we are already influenced by the negativity of this world, then we are also saying we give up on our faith. But if we never get tired, no, even though it's tiring, hard, but we know that God is there for us and with us, then nothing is impossible and nothing is against God, no, when we love Him and He loves us so much. So that's my encouragement. Never stop doing what is good. To love, no, to tell the truth, to do what is just, honorable, and pleasing to the Lord.
That's a big challenge for all of us, right?
Never.
But that's a constant reminder that we should always tell ourselves, be kind,
Yes.
share that goodness, and celebrate that goodness, and share that
Every day.
goodness every single day.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor Iris. Ma'am Sue.
I don't think that the spirit of Christmas should only be during the Christmas season. I think that if we truly believe in Christ, the way we walk and talk and deal with the people around us as teachers and as mothers and grandmothers should be carried on all throughout every day.
Yes.
The season only just highlights what we actually do.
I like the word, it only highlights,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Season.
where we put emphasis on the birth and His coming down to us as a human.
Yeah, it's really following the way of Jesus, who is the way, the truth, and the life. That's what Ma'am Sue mentioned. It's all about living the life of Christ.
Yes, these are very powerful messages, Ron, no? And we are so blessed to receive these messages from them. And of course, as you join us tonight, friends, we also wish that you are one with us in celebrating this hope, in sharing this goodness, and we truly wish you a Merry Christmas. Ikaw, Ron, what's your Christmas wish?
World
this season?
peace.
World peace.
Yes,
Totoo
because
naman.
Yes.
the world we live in
Actually.
now is so chaotic,
Right.
especially in the Philippines, no? And there's nothing I can, and I think it might be vague to ask for world peace, but I think let's start with the fact that we should surrender it all to Christ, who has given up Himself to
Surrender.
save all of us,
Right.
right? Yes, Josh, how about you?
Ako yung wish ko, world peace din.
Tama.
But more on Philippine peace.
Or baka love life na
Philippine
din.
peace, Philippine peace muna.
Okay. How selfless of you, no?
Of course. And of course,
P-E-A-S.
peace to all of you, and we thank you for joining us tonight. And have a joyful evening, you all, and we are excited to see you next week. And to God be the glory.
And have a meaningful Christmas, y'all.
Hey there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Merry Christmas! And of course, continue to share your love to our team by sharing and liking our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to comment on your favorite episodes. And we also have a YouTube channel that is still called #Silliman. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts, and see you there.
And of course, catch us at Field Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. Replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
And Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week, only here on
#Silliman! Merry Christmas!
Kasadya
Na